Hi, welcome to our prenatal Vinyasa yoga practice. In this video, you'll find Marissa practicing non-modified Vinyasa flow, while Jackie, who's 36 weeks along, will be practicing modifications that are safe for pregnancy and that have been working for her. With any women that practice prenatal yoga throughout their pregnancy, they tend to have much shorter labor and quicker recovery time. This is due to the baby being turned in optimal position through the yoga postures, as well as an opportunity to really connect with your mind and body and to connect with your baby. As when participating in any exercise program, make sure you have your physicians okay, and if anything doesn't feel good, then don't do it. Resting whenever you feel like you need it is a great thing to do, especially when you are pregnant, and Balasana child's posture is a good place to do that. You might also be interested in using some props during your practice. You don't need to run out to the store and buy things. There are many things around your house that you can use, so get creative. As with any time you are exercising during your pregnancy, make sure you're taking rest whenever you need them, and make sure you're drinking plenty of water, and listen to your body. Most of all, enjoy your practice.
We'll begin seated. Take a comfortable cross-legged position. Place your hands somewhere that's comfortable to you, maybe on your legs, or maybe placing one hand on your belly and another on your chest, connecting to baby. Sit tall, close your eyes, and turn your attention inward as you bring your awareness to your breathing. Seal the lips together. Start to breathe in and out through just your nose. And lengthen the breath so that you're inhaling fully and exhaling completely. Blink your eyes open and then bring the hands together in front of you, interlacing fingers. Pressing palms down and forward, straighten the arms. On an exhale, lower your chin to your chest, and then inhaling, bring the arms up overhead, pressing through the palms, creating length through the sides of the body. Same breathing, steady and consistent. With an inhale, look up towards the hands, reaching the chin away from the chest. And then exhale, bring the arms around to the sides and behind you. Fingers point forward, press the floor away, lift your chest, and send your gaze towards the ceiling. Expansive breaths here. Look forward, sit back up, and again interlace the hands, this time switching the cross of the fingers. Palms down and forward, chin to chest, and then inhaling the arms up overhead. Inhaling, look up towards the hands, lift the chest, lift the chin, and then sweep the hands around behind you.
As your breasts and belly get larger throughout your pregnancy, you'll notice that this stretch can be really relieving of any tension in your front body. So allow this to be a heart space opener and a nice chest stretch.
Look forward again, sit yourself back up. With an inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, touch them together, look at them, and then release your right hand to the floor beside you. Lean over onto that hand, find a side body stretch. You can look up or down, whatever feels more suitable for your neck today. Continue to breathe. Find some expansion through the ribs on the left side body. Inhaling, come back to center. Again, touch hands overhead. And then release, take the second side.
You'll notice that throughout your pregnancy, areas of your body will start to get a little bit tighter. And I found that this stretch felt particularly nice for me.
Inhaling, hands touch above the head, keep them together, bring them down in front of you, and then pause and close the eyes for a moment, connecting inward again. Blink open your eyes and set your body up in a hands and knees position. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders, fingers spread wide and grounding into the whole hand. On an inhale, arch your back, chest moving forward and down. Exhaling, round, belly in, chin to chest, beginning cat-cow, linking the movements to the movement of the breath.
As you arch your spine, be sure to hug your baby into your spine so you get a nice lower back stretch. And with your inhales, be sure not to overstretch your lower back by pushing your baby down towards the floor. You want to keep your spine in a neutral position as you stretch the front body so that the weight of your baby doesn't cause too much stress or strain on your lower back as they grow.
Come back to a neutral position. Look a little bit forward of your hands and slide your legs all the way together. We'll reach the right leg back behind us, curl the toes under, push through the heel and stretch out the calf. And then with an inhalation, reach that leg straight up behind you. And when you're ready, left arm reaches forward, so opposite arm to leg.
Be sure to hug your baby in towards your spine and keep your spine in a neutral position throughout this shape. So again, your spine is supported in this slightly challenging balance.
With an exhale, replace the leg and the hand on the floor. Again, the legs are together. Then take the second side, reaching the left leg back, curling the toes under, pressing through the heel. Draw the sides of your waist up towards the ceiling so you're holding the middle of you together. And then reaching the leg and the opposite arm when you're ready.
Find the length from your heel all the way through your opposite fingertips so that you can find the oppositional pull and balance from right to left side of your spine. Hug your baby in towards your spine a little bit more, support your lower back.
With an exhale, replace the leg and the hand. Take your knees and feet so they're hip distance apart, maybe even a little wider. Curl the toes under. And with an exhale, hips reach up and back for downward facing dog.
As your baby gets larger, be sure to open up your legs as wide as feels comfortable for your downward facing dog shape.
From downward facing dog, walk your hands back and take a hanging forward fold, grabbing a hold of your elbows and allowing your neck to relax.
For all forward folds, open up your feet as wide as you need to fit your baby comfortably between your thighs. And towards the end of your pregnancy, you may want to externally rotate your toes outward.
Grab your waist and inhale yourself to standing. Stepping the feet together and bringing the hands together in front of you. Close the eyes for a moment and recommit to the breath. Half Sun Salutation. Blink your eyes open, release your arms by your sides. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, head up. Fold in, exhale. Inhaling, stand up, touch your hands, look up at the thumbs. Exhale, release the arms. Again, inhale, reach. Exhale, fold forward. Head up, inhale. Folding in, exhale. Inhale, stand up, touch your hands and look up. Exhale, release the arms by your sides. One more, inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift your head. Folding in, exhale. Inhaling, stand up, touch, look. Exhale, arms by your side, stand tall. Bend both your knees. Budwiq Konasana. Sink the weight into your heels, reach the arms up overhead. You might look up and touch your hands together. And then with an exhale, fold forward and straighten your legs. Inhale, head up. And walk your hands out to downward facing dog.
Anytime that your head is below your heart, be sure to only hold 3 to 5 breaths.
We'll take our first vinyasa, shift forward to plank on an inhale.
Lower your knees down, shift your weight slightly back. Exhale your elbows to your ribcage, shift forward. Inhale, lengthen your arms, tuck your toes. Exhale, pull your hips back, downward facing dog.
Breathe in, downward facing dog. And then walk your feet forward with as many steps as works for you. Head up, inhale. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, stand up, touch your hands, look up. Exhale, release your arms, stand tall. Modified Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, lift your head. Step back to plank. Exhale. Inhale here.
Lower your knees down. Shift your weight slightly back. Exhale, bend your elbows, shift your weight forward, push the floor away as you lengthen your elbows. Tuck the toes. On your exhale, pull your hips back, downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths here. Hug your baby in towards your spine. Feel your sit bones pull back and slightly spread apart. Bring your thumbs to touch. Step your right foot to the outside of the right hand, left foot to the outside of the left hand. Inhale for a long spine. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, reach all the way up to standing. Hands, palms touch over your head. And exhale, your arms down by your sides.
Again, inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Head up, inhale. Exhale, step to plank. Inhale here. Exhaling, elbows bend. Inhale, straighten the arms. And downward facing dog, exhale. Adjust your feet if you need to.
Downward facing dog allows the weight of the baby to pull off of your pelvic floor. So it's a nice relieving shape. But if you feel uncomfortable, if you experience heartburn during your pregnancy, this might be an uncomfortable shape for you. So feel free to shorten your breaths. Maybe 2 to 3 breaths is plenty, or maybe you modify by taking child's pose instead of a downward facing dog inversion.
Breath is still steady and consistent. With an inhale, stepping the feet to the hands. Exhaling to fold. Inhaling, standing up, touching hands, looking up. And exhale, release the arms. Again, inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Head up, inhale. Going back to plank, pausing for the in-breath. Taking either your regular or your modified vinyasa. And then lifting the hips and pulling to downward facing dog.
Allow your neck muscles to be soft so that your head hangs heavy between your arms. Energize your hands down and through your mat. If you're feeling slightly fatigued, feel free to take a child's pose by allowing your knees to be mat width or wider to make room for your baby. Pull your sacrum away from the back of your neck so that your spine is long and soft. Maybe roll your third eye around on the floor if that feels inviting. As you're ready, make your way back to downward facing dog. Bring your thumbs to touch. Step your feet to the outsides of your hands. Your inhale, find your long spine. Exhale, relax over your legs. And with your inhale, sweep your torso all the way up to standing. And exhale your hands down by your sides.
Modified Surya Namaskara B. Inhaling, bend your knees, reach your arms. Exhale, fold forward, straight legs. Inhale, lengthen forward. Step back to plank, exhale. Take your full or modified vinyasa. Exhaling, bending the elbows. Inhaling, straightening the arms. And exhaling, lifting the hips. Right foot steps forward. Inhale, sweep it up behind you. Exhale, step it forward to the hands, turn the back foot flat. Come up with an inhale, touch your hands, look up. And then hands down, step back. Find plank for an inhale. And then exhaling, elbows bend. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, inhale. Step the foot forward, exhale, turn the back foot so it's flat. Inhaling, come up to your lunge shape. Then exhale, hands down. Step back to plank, pause for the in-breath. Flow through your vinyasa, exhaling down, inhaling up, and exhaling to downward facing dog. Pause here and breathe.
As your pregnancy progresses, you'll notice that you need to make different modifications to accommodate your body changing and your baby growing. So stepping your feet to the outsides of your hands with your thumbs touching gives you a wider base to work from and also allows you to work around your baby so that as your baby grows, you can take that modification and feel much more stable in your transitions. Be sure to keep your breath steady and listen to your body throughout your entire practice. Every day your body is different and your baby is changing and growing. So stay present. Bring your thumbs to touch. Step your feet to the outsides of your hands. Inhale to find your long spine. Exhale, soften your torso between your legs. Bend your knees, sweep your arms up, Utkatasana. Bring the hands to touch. Inhale to standing. Release your arms down by your sides. Bend your knees, sweep the arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, relax over your legs, long back of the legs. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bend your knees, step your legs back into high plank. Modify if you need to, and flow through to your downward facing dog. Using your breath to guide your movements. Bring your thumbs to touch. Inhale your right leg up, and then exhale to the outside of your hand. Coming up into Virabhadrasana 1, widen your feet a little bit wider for a stronger support in your Warrior 1. Stepping back, flow through Vinyasa to your downward facing dog. Bring your thumbs to touch. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, step it to the outside of your left hand. Coming up to Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale your hands, palms down to the floor. Stepping your left leg back. High plank, modify for your chaturanga. And exhale your hips back, downward facing dog. You can also rest in child's pose if you'd like. When moving in and out of Warrior 1, you can also place your hands onto your front thigh when you come up and when you come down for more support. Make your way back into your downward facing dog if you are resting in child's pose. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, step it to the outside of your right hand and windmill your arms up into Virabhadrasana 2.
Find your Virabhadrasana shape. Deep bend in your front leg, back legs straight, firm, strong. Reach the arms away from one another and gaze out at your right hand. Breathing is steady.
There's a little bit more extra weight in your front body with baby, so be sure to continue to pull your baby back in towards your spine and keep your lower back long by feeling your tailbone lengthen down towards the floor. Pull your shoulders away from your ears, inviting your shoulder blades slightly in towards your spine and down towards the floor so that your collarbone stays wide.
Flip your right palm to face up, and with an inhalation, reverse your warrior. Rear hand can come to your leg, around behind your back, or maybe you use it to hold baby. Look up or down as feels best for your neck. Maintain the strong foundation with your legs. Continue with your steady breathing. From here, come back to Virabhadrasana, arms outstretched. And then we'll transition hands down to the floor. Step back to plank. Take an inhale there. Either modify or not for your vinyasa, depending on where you are in your pregnancy and life. And then pull back to downward facing dog. From here, we'll set up for the second side. Left leg lifts. Bring the foot up to the hands. Turn the back foot out. And then inhaling, bringing yourself upright. Look out at the left hand and breathe.
As the shape of your hips changes, as your baby continues to develop, you'll notice that the inner thighs might become weak, especially towards the end of your pregnancy. So Virabhadrasana 2 is an excellent shape to strengthen your inner thighs. So ground your heels down in through your mat and then feel as if you're pulling them slightly in and up to help your inner thighs engage and to engage your pelvic floor, which will support your baby as it rests.
Flip your palm. On an inhale, reverse the warrior. Continue with the engagement through the lower body. Again, choose a position for your right arm that suits you. And a place to gaze that allows the neck to feel comfortable. Breath is still steady. And you only have to bend your front leg as deep as you can today. With an inhale, coming back to Virabhadrasana. And then setting up for your vinyasa, hands to the floor, stepping to plank, pausing for an inhale. Exhaling as you bend your elbows, inhaling to lengthen back up. And exhaling to downward facing dog. Inhale and lift your right leg up behind you. Stepping forward again for the same shape, Virabhadrasana. Set up your feet, and then inhale your body upright. We'll bring the left arm around behind us. If you can grab your inner thigh, great. If not, somewhere near your hip, maybe grabbing your waistband. Lean forward, place your forearm on your thigh, and come into a modified Budwiq Konasana, side angle posture. Gazes up past the left shoulder. Be careful not to sink down into your right arm. Allow it to be supportive, but lift up away from your thigh. Hugging the belly in, providing support for your low back. Maintain your even, steady breathing through your nose. You might choose to release the arm from behind you and bring it up overhead in the classical position. Come back to Virabhadrasana with an inhale. And from here, we'll transition to Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. The right hand comes to the outside of the right foot. The back leg lifts up, and the hips open towards the side of the room. Standing leg need not be straight, so if a small bend allows you to reach the floor with your hand, no problem. Gaze can be up or down, which will provide a little bit more ease with your balance. Do energize the foot of the upraised leg, flexing or pointing. With an exhale, release your hand to the floor. We'll step into a squat shape. Feet as wide as you need, turned out as much as it feels helpful. Hips sink down, and hands come together in front of you. Press the palms together to maintain an open chest. And breathe.
First and second trimester, think of pulling the pelvic floor up and in to support your baby. Third trimester, think of the opening and the releasing of your pelvic floor to prepare for childbirth.
With an exhale, release your hands back down to the floor. Straighten the legs. Grab your waist with your hands and inhale to standing. We'll flow through to take that on the other side. Inhaling as you reach the arms. Exhaling to fold down. Inhaling, head up, lengthen. Go back to plank, exhale. Pause for the inhale for the modification. And then flow through the vinyasa that's suiting you today. Exhale down, inhale up, and exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot steps this time. Inhaling as you sweep it up behind you. Exhaling to step forward and adjust the rear foot. Inhale, Virabhadrasana, bring yourself upright. Right hand behind the back, holding on wherever you can. Reaching and leaning forward. And then lowering the forearm onto the thigh for your modified Budwiq Konasana shape. Look up past your right shoulder. Feel integrity in your legs as you engage around your middle and maintain your chest lifted, not too much weight on that left arm. Again, rear arm might release and come overhead. You choose the arm position that feels best for you today. We'll come back up to Virabhadrasana. Again, extend the arms. And transitioning into the half moon. You might need a couple steps to get the back foot forward, no problem.
Be sure to keep a playful mind with your practice, especially because every day your balance is different, especially when you are with baby, and even more so as you reach the end of your pregnancy. So if you have a hard time finding your balance one day, no problem, no worries. Enjoy that process and keep a light-hearted mind with your practice. Continue to pull your baby in towards your spine and then gently lower your leg down, opening up your feet into a squat Malasana. Heels reaching down through the floor so your feet are flat, turning your feet out as much as feels comfortable. Hands, palms at your heart space. Gentle pressure between your hands' palms so your collarbone is wide. Invite your shoulders a little bit closer towards one another and allow your shoulder blades to slide down towards the floor. Reach your sitting bones down towards the floor as well, and either pulling your pelvic floor in and up or allowing your pelvic floor to release. And place your hands down onto the floor. Relax your torso between your legs. Then bring your hands to your hips. Lengthen your torso up with an inhale. And exhale, relax your hands down by your sides.
Bring your hands together in front of you. Close the eyes. Again, take a moment to check in. Reconnect to the breath. Smooth it out and slow it down. Then blink your eyes open and release your arms. Face the side of your mat and step your feet open. Reach the arms out to the sides and then interlace your hands behind your back. Using an inhale, straightening the elbows, and exhaling, either folding forward for Prasarita Padottanasana C, or staying upright.
For my pregnancy, this shape felt like too much pressure in my front body and in my chest as I was breathing. So for me, I focused on a chest opening and a stretch in the front of my chest because it felt much better than folding forward. If you're earlier in your pregnancy, it may feel okay to do a forward fold. Just listen to your body and do what feels best.
If you're folded, inhale yourself back upright. And then exhale. Release your arms by your sides. We'll step the feet together and face the front of the mat again. Challenging the balance. Lift your right leg. Turn the knee out to the side and place the foot on the inner part of your left leg for Vrikshasana, tree posture. Choose a hand position that suits you. Arms could lift, or maybe holding baby with one or both hands. With an exhale, release your hands back to your waist and the foot to the floor. Then set up for the second side.
This shape is another wonderful shape for finding your inner thigh strength as they may get weaker throughout your pregnancy. So allow your inner thigh to lift in and up as the lifted foot gently pushes into the supporting side. And again, keep an easy mind as you challenge your balance.
Exhaling, release your hands and then release the foot. We'll take Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, lifting the right leg. You might hold on to the knee, or maybe the big toe as you stretch the leg forward or as forward as you can to accommodate baby. Then move the leg out towards the side. Inhale the leg back to center, release it, and lower it down. Second side, left leg lifts. Again, hold on as you're able.
Be sure to accommodate your baby, so extend your leg or keep your knee bent, but make sure that your thigh stays to the outside of your belly. If grabbing the big toe doesn't feel comfortable, you can also grab the inner arch of your foot. Bring your leg back to center. Release your grip and lower your leg down. Release your arms down by your sides.
Inhaling, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, head up, lengthen. Step back, pause in plank, and then flow through your vinyasa, modified or not. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Breath is still steady and consistent. Lower your knees to the floor. Cross your ankles behind you, and then roll back over your legs to straighten them in front of you.
You may need to widen your legs to make room for baby.
Setting up for Janu Shoshana, bend your right leg, point the knee out to the side. The regular posture turns the torso to face the straight leg, and then folding forward and holding on.
As your belly begins to grow, be sure that in this shape you accommodate that growth. So you may need to remove your heel from your groin and slide it down your inner thigh a little bit. You may need to not turn to face your extended leg as much, and that's all perfectly wonderful. So just listen to what feels good to make room for baby. Instead of focusing on a hamstring stretch here, maybe allow your intention to go towards your lower back, the space between your bottom rib. and the top of your hip bone. That area can feel a little bit tight as the forward tilt of your pelvis increases through your pregnancy. So this is a really great stretch to open that part of your back up.
With an inhale, lift your head, straighten the arms. Exhale, and then inhale, sit up. We'll move into Parivrita Janu Shoshana. Bring the right hand behind you. Turn to face your bent leg. And then turn your head all the way to the right. Reach your right arm towards the wall behind your mat. Maintain the twist. Look towards your extended leg and reach your left arm out on the inside of it. Leaning forward in a side bend. And then inhale your right arm up alongside your head. Gaze is up or down here. The element of the fold and the twist interacting creates a side body lengthening. You might move into another arm variation, just depending on how you feel today and where you are in your pregnancy.
Remember not to focus on how far you go in your bendy shapes, but how you go and where does your body want the opening and want the stretch, and work within those boundaries.
On an inhale, bring the top arm so it reaches towards the rear wall again. Follow that arm up out of the fold. And then release the twist, facing forward. Keep your right leg bent and bend your left leg. If you're able to stack your shins on top of one another for a double pigeon or fire log shape, then do so. If you're less flexible in your hips, you may choose instead to just cross your legs in front of you. Fold forward when you're ready, allowing a sensation of opening to come into the backs of your hip areas.
You may notice that you won't be able to go as far forward as your belly grows, and that's okay. You'll still be able to get plenty of a stretch in the back of your hips. Release tension in your hip flexors, allowing your knees to drape to either side of you. Feel your sit bones heavy down through your mat, and soften your neck.
With an inhale, walk your hands in, sit yourself upright, and then release the legs out in front of you. Bend both knees and set the legs up for Budwiq Konasana, bottoms of the feet together, knees open out to the sides. Grab a hold of your feet or ankles, and then exhaling, fold your body forward. See if you can maintain a flat back for this variation. How far forward you go will depend on how big baby has grown.
And again, do your best to release any tension in your hip flexors that you don't need to be hanging on to. Even with maintaining a long spine, try to find the length and the relaxation through your lower back so you're not gripping unnecessarily. Maybe use your elbows into your inner thighs to gently push your knees down a little bit more.
On an inhale, sit yourself upright. Exhale, and release the legs. Same sequence on the other side. Bend the left knee, point the knee out to the side, and then fold forward, Janu Shoshana. Turning to face the straight leg, if you're able to do so, while still leaving room for baby. Perhaps modifying so that you're able to create enough space to fold forward and have the belly drop down into a pocket.
Feel your left sit bone heavy down into the mat as you allow your left shoulder to square off towards the floor a little bit more so that both shoulders work equally down towards the floor.
Still maintaining your same big breaths, allowing that low back area to fill and expand when you breathe, maybe alleviating any tension that's built there. On your inhale, head lifts. Exhale, and sit yourself up. Maintain the leg position. Parivrita, revolving. Turn and face your bent leg. Lift the chest, sit tall, and then turn your head towards the wall behind your mat, following your head with the rest of the torso. Left arm reaches towards that wall. Turn the head forward. Reach your right hand out on the inside of the straight leg. And then maintaining the twist, bring the arm up overhead.
Continue to allow your left shoulder to pull back slightly so that each shoulder stacks one on top of the other. Taking your focus wherever is most comfortable on your neck.
If you moved into another arm variation on the first side, take that here as well. And again, choose a position for your neck and head that feels comfortable for you today. With an inhale, reach the top arm towards the rear wall. Follow that arm up out of the fold. And then turn your head forward and release the twist. Left leg stays bent. Bring the right leg either up and over, stacking the shins for a double pigeon or fire log, or crossing the legs if that's what you did on the first side. Folding forward, allowing your hands to provide as much support as you need.
Keep the outer edges of your feet as even as possible so that the pinky toes don't start curling up towards your face, so that your ankle bones stay straight. Do your best to feel both knees, both thighs falling to either side. Go forward as far as you can, but don't smush, baby.
With an inhale, walk the hands in and sit yourself upright. Release the legs, straightening them out in front of you. and then opening them up for a wide V shape. Budwiq Konasana. Hands can walk out in front of you as you fold forward.
I found that the majority of my pregnancy, this shape felt really wonderful. But as I got into the last 3 to 4 weeks of my pregnancy, my inner thighs became more and more weak, and this shape was not the most comfortable for me. So be sure to listen to your body, as it will change often throughout your pregnancy, and only do the shapes that make you feel good and stable and strong, especially as your pelvis begins to change.
Walk your hands in, sit yourself upright, and then slide your legs together in front of you. Move forward on your mat so that there's a space behind you, and lower down onto your back.
Shift onto one hip and lower down onto your left side.
Once you're on your back, we'll take a Supta Padangusthasana variation. Lift the right leg up. Catch the big toe with the first 2 fingers of the right hand and press into your left thigh with your left hand.
The modification on your side leg is allowing your right knee to go in towards the right side of your body and towards your armpit. Nice compression into the right hip flexor.
Bringing the leg out towards the side. Turn your head to look left.
And the prenatal modification is just to extend the leg as far as feels comfortable. If this is too much of a stretch for you, you can also keep the knee bent.
Same smooth, steady breathing. With an inhale, release, come back to center, and place the leg back on the floor.
You can either roll onto the other side by pushing yourself up and rolling onto the other hip, or you can go through a tabletop position.
Second side the same way as the first, lifting the left leg, holding on, pulling that leg in towards the torso.
You can either keep the bottom leg bent for a little bit more support and a wider base, or you can extend the leg a little bit longer if you'd like. Usually bent feels much more comfortable, especially as your belly grows.
The leg comes out to the side. If you're doing the non-prenatal version, you'll turn your head and look right. Coming back to center, and then releasing. Sit yourself upright in a way that makes sense to you and where your body's at today. Once you come to seated, take a cross-legged shape. We're putting our right legs in front of the left. Sit up high on your sitting bones, and then we'll take a seated twist. Right hand behind the back, left hand on the right knee. Inhale to lift the chest, sit tall, and an exhale to twist towards the right. Continue to lift the chest. Push the floor away with the hand that's behind you.
For all 3 trimesters, closed twists are not recommended, as you don't want to smush the baby. So open twists are your friends. They're wonderful for your spine, and they help to keep everything in your body kind of flowing and open.
With an inhale, turn the head to look forward first, and then release the rest of the posture. Take the other side, switching the hand position. Again, inhaling to lift the chest and lengthen the spinal column. Exhaling to move into the rotation, gazing out past your left shoulder.
Use this open twist to help broaden your collarbone, allowing for a little bit of a stretch through the front of your chest.
Big breaths here to assist with the expansion of the rib cage and the softening of the muscles that restrict the twisting. On an inhale, turn and look forward, and then release the rest of the posture. Switch the cross of your legs. Again, sit up high on the sitting bones. And place your hands somewhere that feels comfortable to you, perhaps on your legs, palms up or palms down. If you'd prefer to put one hand on belly and one hand on your chest, that works as well. Sit tall and close your eyes. Cultivate now just the breath, the steadiness of the inhales and exhales. The even, smooth flow of air, and the consistent rhythm. Use your breath to turn inward with your attention. Stay with your even breathing. Bring your hands together in front of you. And then bow your head. Take a moment to acknowledge all that you are grateful for. Release your hands, release the shape with your legs. Find your way into a reclined position for Shavasana. Classical shape is flat on the back.
You may feel more comfortable bolstering your body with either a pillow underneath your belly or not. A pillow between your knees helps to ease the shape of your hips. And even maybe a pillow underneath your head. Your arm may work as well.
Find a position that's comfortable for you. Our objective for these last few minutes is to let go of the breath, to let go of the attention, and to simply sink into the darkness and allow the body to rest.